They see me rolling, they hating, patrolling, they trying to catch me riding dirty. What's going on, man? Teasy back in this bitch, man. Can you hear me, man? I said Teasy, man. A lot of y'all don't know me by Teasy. Hey, look, what's crazy is if you following my channel and you following me recording in my car, you'll know that I had this irritating ass whine. I had the most obnoxious ground loop in my car, or alternator whine, whatever you want to call it. So it would be like, it started off real bad when I first put my sound system in here, when I amplified the highs and mids and all of that. I had just a regular Joe Schmo kicker line out converter, pretty decent joint. It do the job, you know what I'm saying? I mean, it ain't the best, it ain't the worst, but like I said, I installed it, and when I installed it, I didn't really read too much into how to do a sound system on a newer model car. I was familiar with doing them on like aftermarket head units, you know what I'm saying, like radios, typical radio, you know what I'm saying, like your double Dan joints. You go to Walmart, Best Buy, whoop the whoop, you know, you got your RCAs at the back and your harness and wire and everything in, soldering all your connections, butt connector, whatever you want to do, put it together, install, cool. So that's what I was familiar with, just cutting the wires or splicing the wires, professional terms, splicing the wires, and yeah, just, you know, building the harness, making the harness work, tying it into the amplifiers. And I always use like 4 gauge or 0 gauge wiring for the install, so I never really had a problem with ground loops. I had one in my Ranger a few years ago, but the only reason I had a ground loop in there was because I had a bad amp, you know what I'm saying? The amp wasn't no good, so whoop the whoop. But anyway, long story short, I said all that to say, I got my system like I want to, man. I went with the same line out converter. I got 2 line out converters. I got 2 kicker line out converters. One is at the factory amp. It's tied into the front and the front left, front right, and the rear left and rear right. So that's where I'm getting my 4 channels from there. And for my subwoofer, I got another line out converter that's right here coming off of the speaker line input that will go to the speaker. I just removed the factory speaker, cut that wire, made me a connection, and ran it to my line out converter. I think I'm using 4 channels back there. No, I'm only using 2 channels back there, I'm sorry. Oh yeah. So I lied. I was so happy because when I had it hooked up in the back, I had the line out converter hooked up at the back originally where the subwoofer line out converter is at, and I had this irritating whine, man, this irritating noise, just woo, woo, woo. Shit crazy, man. It blew me and any passenger that I had in my car out of the water. And then I went through it, I regrounded the system like twice, you know what I'm saying? I went and got bigger grounding cables. I basically tried to go everywhere that I had made a splice and figure out if power was coming in and where did I lose a ground, or figuring out where that loop was at, you know what I'm saying, so I could close it, trying to eliminate what I could and trying different grounding sources. But all in all, I got a good grounding system going on in the car. That was a big problem. I got a schematic in my glove box of how I ran everything, like the dream or the way I saw it being ran, you know what I'm saying? I still got a long way to go as far as my amplifiers. I want to either do JL or kicker amps, you know what I'm saying? Budget friendly amps, and they sound good. They get the job did. It's not no competition shit. It's just me riding down the road, enjoying my music shit. So that's that. But like I said, all in all, man, I'm very happy and satisfied that I don't have this whine in my car, man. Y'all just don't know, bro. Y'all just don't know. Cause I do everything myself, right? And there's a old saying, you know what I'm saying, you learn as you go. And that's true as shit. Like, I've been learning a lot as I go. I didn't take my car to it. Well, actually I did. When I took my car to the sound shop, I go to MAS and Woodbridge and Electronics Plus and Manassas to get all my equipment and stuff like that I need for my installs. So Matt, shout out to Matt at MAS, shout out to Johnny at Electronics Plus. They always look out for me and take care of me. But yeah, I go there, I get all my equipment, my speakers, line out converters, wire, whatever I need, you know what I'm saying, to make the job do what it do. And yeah, so when I started my system, I started at MAS. I started with Matt. I went and got 2 SCAR 8-inch subwoofers and a 3,000 watt monoblock. What is it? Precision Power SPL amp. I hooked all of it up. Trial and error. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I had the line out converter. I was familiar with hooking line out converters up to, you know, other cars and from different installs or whatever. But when I hooked it up in my car, it was easy. Everything worked out until I added a highs amp and I tried splitting the signal. I didn't go with a distribution. I didn't go with a distribution block. I actually just on some hood shit. You know what I'm saying? I made enough room from one side of my wire on my amp that was coming in from my 12-volt power. I had like 2 4-gauge wires. I had a 4-gauge and an 8-gauge wire on one amp. You know what I'm saying? And I just daisy chained that over to my other amp. And then what happened? Yeah, I did the ground the same way, and eventually I realized that that's not gonna work. You know what I'm saying? I had the most redundant whine and noise in the car. I'm telling you, that shit was like, woo! It was loud as shit. Basically to the point where I didn't even want to use my highs amp. I just wanted to go back to my factory system. I think I did for a minute. But I saved my money. I got me a better amp. I went through trial and error. I got kicker equipment in my car. I got a beautiful ass kicker 4-channel 300x4 amp in here. I mean, it's running 10 speakers in my car, and yeah, I can't say alone enough how loud that is. If I can play the radio, I don't want to get a copyright.
2 deliciously soft buns. And yes, in classic 4for4 fashion, you can get all that spicy goodness with spicy or crispy nuggets.
Yeah, that's loud. So I played a commercial, man. I don't know what happened with my phone, so I'm cut off. But that's the magic editing, right? Chop. But yeah, I put that highs up in here and it was streaming. I went through and said, all right, if I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do it the right way. I went and got me a distribution block. I'm running 4-gauge power wire in my car. I don't see the need for 0-gauge. I don't have no redundant amps in this motherfucker. I don't even have an amp that'll accept 0-gauge wire. So yeah, I'm running 4-gauge wire. I'm running 4-gauge to my kicker 300, and I'm also running 4-gauge to my subwoofer amp. My precision power took a shit. I don't want to talk too much about it. It hurts. So I got an Audio Tech 1000 by 2. It's alright. I mean, it alright. They gonna say it's alright. It's nothing compared to the precision power amp that I had. And there's other amps on the market. I'm sure people got 100 million different amps that they like. It's all personal preference. You know, as long as you got something that's good, high quality JL audio, you know what I'm saying? That's kind of where I stick at. Rockford Fosgate, Kicker, they alright. Alpine, they alright. It just depends on what trim and what brand you getting. But all in all, man, you want you a good, powerful amp that's gonna put out the power that it says it's putting out. If it's a 500 watt amp, you want it to be putting out 500 watts. They got amps on the market that's ridiculous. But I was talking to my man, he said, hey man, I see a 5,000 watt amp on Amazon for $130. Like, get the fuck out of here, man. I got that bitch, you lucky that motherfucker put out 200 watts, motherfucker, 500 watts, whatever, man, shit. But whatever though, like what I'm saying is, you don't need that much power. RMS, I mean, unless you in a fucking competition or some shit, I don't know, but just regular riding around, beating on the block, man, you get you a true 1,000 watt amp, you know what I'm saying? Get you a good set of speakers that can handle 500 watts, RMS a piece, you know what I'm saying? Run that at 2 ohms, or run that at 4 ohms, or run it, not 4 ohms, run it at 2 ohms or 1 ohm, you know what I'm saying? Let the amp do what it do, you know what I'm saying? Get you a good amp that can handle that power, you know what I'm saying? And you ain't got nothing to worry about. And on your high side, if you're gonna do a highs, make sure you got your system drew out. Like I just learned, like I said, it's all a learning process. You know what I'm saying? Like I was talking to my uncle out in Texas. Shout out to my uncle, okay, Anton. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if you watch my YouTube videos, but shout out to your uncle. He was telling me about these Infinity Kappa speakers, and I don't know. I wrote the other names down in my notes. I'll put them in the video, but definitely some higher quality speakers. You know what I'm saying? Like it's stepping your game up just a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, I still can keep my amplifiers because they do damn good justice. You know what I'm saying? And upgrade the speakers. You know what I'm saying? Because I plan on keeping this car. I plan on making it a project car. I mean, I ain't plan on making it. It's a project car. It's my baby. It's my heart. You know what I'm saying? It's my project. But all in all, yeah, like that sound system, man. The world that we living in now, if you a DIY person, you gotta have patience and you gotta be able to read. There's no ifs, ands, buts about it. You gotta have patience. You gotta be willing to get on the internet and do some research and see what other people that's in your position and did. Now, if I can go all the way back and start over, redoing my system. If I got a new car, like say I got blessed with a wide body Scat Pack Charlie tomorrow, what I would do is I would go to the sound shop and I would get this harness that they make. It's not even all by the wire harness. That plugs. It comes from the. You unplug the factory amp. It's like right here. It's right up under your headlight assembly. You know, you pull that little panel off. It's right below the headlight switch. Excuse me, man. We got a little traffic. But yeah, you pull that little panel off right below the headlight switch and the factory amp light right there. You know what I'm saying? Boom, bam, you can't miss it. And you unplug that, and then when you unplug that, you'll plug it into one end of the wire harness that you got, right? And then the other end of the wire harness will go back into the factory amp. And then from there, you get 2 or 4 RCA cables. That's gonna go to your amplifiers, you know what I'm saying, or your preamps or whatever you got set up, you know what I'm saying. But that's beautiful, man. It's all easy. It's a tad bit expensive. That part's probably about $350, but it take out all of that. Like me having 2 line out converters, that's 100 and some change. You know what I'm saying? Me having that irritating whine in my car. If you go back and watch my videos, man, you'll hear it. It's so irritating, dog. Like I could talk 100 hours about how irritating that shit is. But yeah, it will take out that ground loop. It has a ground loop isolator built into it. You know what I'm saying? So it retains the factory head unit's ground. You know what I'm saying? Or wherever it's called a data bus. Yeah, CAN bus, not CAN bus, that's lights. So yeah, it's a data bus connection that turns the speakers on and the radio on, and that's what drives the radio through that amplifier. You know what I'm saying? It's all signal based. You know what I'm saying? When I say signal, I mean I know a lot of people probably thinking like power or the way you run a speaker, like what makes a speaker do its job. Yeah, that, but more or less in a sense of just think about a computer. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, you plug your speakers up to the computer, but the computer controls the speakers and how loud they are. It's kind of the same thing with these cars. And back in the day, it wasn't like that. You know what I'm saying? Nowhere near like that. There wasn't no such thing as a data bus connector or connection, data link, none of that bullshit, man. So yeah, I would just go back and I'll plug into the factory amplifier, get my 4 RCA cables, and if I wasn't driving, I'll show y'all the setup I'm working with right now. But I'll give y'all a video, you know what I'm saying, of it.
Some more shit. Y'all plenty hoes, but I'm tryna fuck some more shit. And they pulled up, got me feeling hopeless. Got double vision
Chi-town, pop bottles and live it up. I'm the life of the party, my people, they show me love. Cause I'm that nigga around my town, I'm that figure to these clowns. Got these haters feeling swayzy and these bitches going crazy. Hey, I'm a nigga turned up, for sure. If that's your bitch, you better cuff. Yo, hoe, I'm coming in like, who that? Bitch, you know I do that. Killing these beats, murderistic, yeah, I do that. I started from the bottom, so the top looking lovely. Speaking of the top, baby girl, she sell me ugly. If we don't do no kiss, won't make you think that I'ma cuff you. You crazy ass bitch, I got a girl, her name Money. M-O-N-E-Y, I love it, I stack it up. Giving praise to my God, cause God, he keep me up. I said I'm grinding, trying to shine on some global shit. Got plenty haters, but these haters don't run shit. I'm calling shots like a PG. Run the flow like KD. In and out of hoes like a buzzer, so don't play me. Bitch, I'm gone ham on the track. 4 years on the bench is my time, bitch, I'm back. So sit back, relax, and let me fuck with your mind. Light it up, smoke your cushion, elevate your mind. Now elevate your grind, let's start a movement. Smoke good every day and rock some cool kids. Fuck plenty of bitches, that's what we do shit. My nigga, I'm going crazy, here's some new shit. New shit, I'll hold up. Tizzy finna blow up. Tired of living basic, so I had to step my grind up. In order to step my shine up. 20 years old and I ain't stressing over no bucks. Bitch, I said no bucks. Bitch, you want this money, you better hit your fucking knees. Bow down to me and let me preach to your teeth. I'm going crazy in your mouth like a DDT. Stone Cold Steve Wonder, bitch, don't fuck with me. I leave stank in the streets, 9 million on me. Keep that money in reach, and if the shit's getting real, let's get this I had to slow it down so I could pour it up. Dirty purple Mississippi mud in my cup. It got me feeling good, it got me feeling great. Like Tony the Tiger, bitch, I'm great. Hypnotic, exotic, I'm on some crazy shit. Mixing drugs like a chemist, bitch, you know I do that. Who that? Tizzy, I rule that.